Hi everyone, welcome to the muster drill. I'm Scott and I have a question. Are the cruise lines going too far? Hi everyone, welcome back. So before I get started today, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for your continued support. It's been a while since I have done a video here from the studio. If you remember, when I was on the Carnival Sunshine, I had such terrible internet, which I had no idea would be followed up by even worse internet on the Legend. But I had some videos from the Carnival Sunshine that I didn't get to upload, so I've been running those. I'm still a little curious why we still have to have negative COVID tests to get on board. I mean, so many people are not wearing masks anymore, and there's a million different ways you could pick up COVID between the time you test negative and the time you get on the ship. And the restrictions on board the ships are not what they used to be. I mean, you're not in fear of having to leave your really great balcony or suite cabin and go to this, first deck one dungeon or whatever so that you can finish your cruise out in quarantine. I mean, the restrictions are just completely different. You get to stay in your room now and just quarantine in your room and stuff. So I'm still a little confused why that's still happening. Hopefully that'll be ending soon. And I'm sure that all of this positive news for cruising is the reason why Royal Caribbean and Carnival have had their highest bookings ever. The cruising industry has been talking about pent-up demand from the beginning of the shutdown, and they have been long anticipating this day to come when most of the restrictions or most of the concerns, cases were low, all these things would come together that finally so many people would say, okay, it's time for me to get on a cruise ship again. And it looks like that day has come. So I'm a little disappointed to see that the cruise lines have chosen this time to raise prices. I mean, I get it. It's inflation. The cruise lines aren't immune to it like everyone else isn't immune to it. So, it's happening. And so I'm going to run down a quick list of some of the increases on Carnival. I think the Cheers package has probably seen the biggest increase. It's gone up 15% or $8 a day per person to $64.95 a person. The steakhouse has gone from $38 to $42. Cina del Capitano and Gigi's have gone to $18. As most of you know, the crew on these cruise ships work extremely hard, and they do it 7 days a week for months and months at a time without any breaks. And in my opinion, the two hardest working departments are the cabin stewards and the dining room staff. Now, they all work hard and they all do a really great job at helping make our vacations amazing. But again, in my opinion, I think that the cabin stewards and the dining room staff are the hardest working. Gratuities is how these two departments are paid. Now, there's a lot of debate about whether or not gratuities should start being included in the cost of the cruise the cost of your cruise. And of course, several cruise lines have gone as far as to start including those gratuities. Gratuity increase is never really a whole lot of money, and it's obviously for a very good reason. I mean, again, the crew works so hard and they're away from their families halfway around the world. They have no breaks and so forth. So I think you'd be hard pressed to find a person who has an issue with the gratuity increases whenever they come along. They typically come along every couple of years or so. And so now Norwegian, in my opinion, is usually the first line to institute these increases, and then the rest of the lines follow. So of course, I think Norwegian has increased theirs by 50 cents or so per person per day. So that's around $3.50 for an average 7-day cruise. So it's not really that big of a deal in my opinion, and it goes to, again, in my opinion, the hardest working people on the ship, so it's well deserved. Now, I do kind of have an issue, and hopefully I won't go down a rabbit hole too far about this, but I do have an issue with Carnival. I had gone on the Carnival Breeze in like March of 2018, and it was at that point when the cabin steward came and introduced himself like they always do at the beginning of the cruise, and he had said, I will clean your room in the morning or the evening, you choose. Now, my wife has mentioned to me quite a few times that she has seen that John Held mentions on Facebook that you can have your cabin cleaned 2 times a day if you just ask, and I don't know of anybody who's done that, and I haven't done it. But in any event, Carnival had started this before the shutdown, before the pandemic. They had started this where they only do your cabin once. When I was on the Mariner of the Seas in December of 2021, I actually was curious to see if that was going to happen, and it didn't. The cabin steward came in both times, in the morning and in the evening, did all of the things that they do that has been customary for as long as I have been cruising, which has been a very long time. So in any event, I have a little bit of issue personally because here it is, I'm still paying the same amount of money that I'm going to pay on any of the other cruise lines, and the crew on the Carnival ships are doing half the work. Again, they deserve it. They work really hard, and if the rest of the cruise lines follow Carnival and, their cabin stewards are only doing 1 time a day, I will be fine with it. I don't have any problems with it. So I really am okay with the increase in gratuities because it's something that always happens, and it's something that they do every couple of years, and it is going to in my opinion, the hardest working people on the ship. So I'm fine with it. I guess the issue I have is at this time when cruising is really getting going, a lot of the restrictions have been lifted, and the CDC decided to surrender in their war against cruising. They've come out and said, okay, you can cruise again, and it's really safe to cruise again, and there are no issues with cruising again. So you have this increased in demand, you have this pent up demand, so you have all of these increases, and it's not just that bookings were the highest in a single week. They continued to be super high every single week and in the foreseeable future. So there's a lot of volume coming on to the ships. So I guess I think to myself, I disagree that now is the greatest time to exercise or to flex your, typical and not surprising corporate greed and to say, okay, now everything else is going to cost more too. I get it. This is inflation. Everything is costing more, supply chain issues, all this other stuff. But I guess it's a win for the cruise lines because, they lost a lot of money during the shutdown as well. So these price increases come at a time when, again, the demand is up, and so therefore fares have gone up in price. Now all the associated costs, gratuities, and onboard extras are going to, are going to cost more as well. I think that bookings will level off, and I think prices will stabilize a little bit better. I think some of the deals will come back, maybe, hopefully. We got our fingers crossed for that one. So in any event, I guess the cruise lines get to make a little bit of their money back that they lost during the shutdown. But listen, for us diehard cruisers, it would have to get pretty darn expensive for us, for any of these things to stop us from doing what we love, especially now that it's kind of full steam ahead with everything. I hope that testing is going away real soon because I'm really getting tired of getting a COVID test every time I want to cruise. So the last thing I wanted to mention today is I'm going to be on the Carnival Mardi Gras this Saturday, April 16th. It's my 12th wedding anniversary. We missed our 10-year anniversary that was going to be on the Symphony of the Seas. So we're really looking forward to celebrating a wedding anniversary on a cruise ship. So I hope you will tune in to the videos that we're going to be bringing you from the Mardi Gras. We're going to Western Caribbean this time. The last time I was on the Mardi Gras, we went to the Eastern Caribbean. So I'm really looking forward to it. So I think that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you very much for tuning in. And if you like this video, don't forget to click that like button. And then don't forget to click the subscribe button. It won't cost you anything. You click it once and you're done, and it'll really help us out a lot. And then don't forget to click that notification bell so that you know every time we upload a new video. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.